We'll be coming around the mountain when we come. We'll be coming around the mountain when we come. When we be coming around the cave instead? Yeah, we won't be coming around any mountains, but in order to get to Lunpa, we're gonna have to go through a cave to get there properly. If we're gonna save Master Hammet, then we're gonna have to sneak in quietly. So, hey everybody, it's RRPG here, and welcome back to another episode of RRPG Let's Play with Golden Sun on the Game Boy Advance. In today's episode, we're gonna resume where we left off, and we are here in the town of Lunpa, and we are gonna save Master Hammet from his imprisonment from Dodonpa. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing today. So anyway, let's go ahead and get on with this episode that's already in progress. But we will not fully cover the full story arc of saving Master Hammet from Dodonpa. We will leave Dodonpa in the next episode, but we'll come back and meet with Donpa, so that way we can try to get the Mercury Genie that's stored here. But yeah, now we're on this episode. It's already in progress, and let's get right to it. So as you can tell, I'm just pretty much just searching around the town and to make sure that I can find all the items that are here. But I don't think there's any stronger weapons or pieces of armor in this place, but we can't even do any business with them because Dodonpa is not allowing it. So we'll have to leave the weapon and armor shop. I think we can buy weapons and armor from them as soon as we take care of this place, because we will have to deal with Dodonpa in one way or the other. But for the most part, it's a pretty quiet and tranquil town. Well, pretty much the district side of things, but from the inside, I think it's going to get pretty nasty. You shall see what I mean. Cool, we got a nut inside that barrel. So how's everybody doing? It's Friday, and you gotta love it. Yeah, my Friday's coming along very nicely. I did finish up orientation this week, and it was quite an experience for me to get the fundamentals on how to work at a grocery store. Yeah, it's my first time working at a grocery store, and hoping I can build up some more customer service experience, which is definitely a plus for me. I have no problems building customer service because I think it's one of the things that has been kind of flawed within this country, or within this day and age, is that customer service is not exactly what it used to be within any business. And I know there are lots of people who tend to fight that, but you know, I'm one of those people. Oh, and by the way, I did get a chance to try out Resident Evil Revelations. I'm pretty sure I mentioned it yesterday in the previous episode, but I will say that Resident Evil Revelations is definitely one of the best Nintendo 3DS games, or one of the best handheld games I've played in quite a long time in terms of the survival horror experience. And yes, I am saying survival horror, even though the game kind of takes that page of the action from Resident Evil 4 and 5, but there are survival horror elements in the game where you can actually just wander around the place and try to locate mysterious places, try to find mysterious things at mysterious places and all that stuff. So, yeah, there's a good amount of replay value towards that, in all respect. And you should hear my full impressions of that when I do the 4DS audio podcast this Saturday. Well, specifically tomorrow, but yeah, I will deliver to you my full and honest thoughts about what I think about that, and when you guys hear the episode, I will deliver it all. But from what I'm playing so far, I am really enjoying it. And I'm enjoying it a lot more than Resident Evil 5, I'll put it that way. And I have high hopes that Resident Evil 6 will actually do the same thing. If it doesn't diverge itself to Resident Evil 5 that much, and the game takes cues from Resident Evil Revelations, then I think we're all good. Okay, I think we're done here at this place, so I think we can go ahead and we can make our way towards the entrance of Lunpa's fortress. And what we need to do is, we don't need to use reveal there, but we need to use cloak when in the shadows, so that way we can actually conceal ourselves, and the guards won't even spot us. Rightfully so. They won't even tend to look back, so we could just go inside the fortress by all means. And when we're in the shadows, we can actually conceal ourselves within the shadows too. So make sure you use cloak a lot often to bypass any of the guards and whatever. Now there's a bit of a learning curve to this place, because It is kind of a maze a little bit, but it's not that hard. And there are some people here who are on break, and they don't even want to do anything right now. So, looks like these are the good thieves, while the others, they are bad thieves. I thought there was something that I was trying to explain by the time when I was talking about Resident Evil Revelations, but all of a sudden I just kind of lost my train of thought. Or was I actually supposed to be talking about Final Fantasy 13-2, which I said that I would be talking about in the previous episode. Actually, it was Final Fantasy 13-2, not Resident Evil Revelations. I got that mixed up. I am enjoying Resident Evil Revelations so far, but Final Fantasy 13-2, there are some goods and some bads about it. Most specifically, what I like that are good are the fighting sequences, which are... Actually, now I'm confused. Yeah. Okay. The fighting sequences in Final Fantasy 13-2 are a lot better. They are more dynamic than just static, meaning that you can act with the cinematic actions. It kind of dissolves the atmosphere of the boring battles in a sense. But I don't feel that the story is improved from the first Final Fantasy 13. But for what it is, I think it's definitely better in terms of the gameplay, but not for the story. But if you're just in it for the gameplay, it's definitely for you. But if you're in for it, you know, for the story, then you're not in for that much of a treat. Okay, very nice. And yeah, as you can tell, and as I've been saying, this place is very hectic in being maze-like. And, you know, it's really hard to try to figure out what all to say. I mean, I've been busy working with Skyward Sword and Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2, that it's kind of hard and impossible to talk about a lot of things. I mean, with my job coming up, it's going to be hard to try to wake up during the day. I'm going to have to definitely be sleeping during the day and mostly working during midnight, which is what my shift consists of, and all that stuff. Alright, let's go ahead and do a number on these thieves here. So they're pretty much a carbon copy of the thieves that we pretty much fought against when we were over in Vault near the beginning of this Let's Play. Yeah, they are pretty much the same, so we can just do a number on these guys. We can use Synergy. It doesn't matter. I remember I had a lot to talk about before getting this episode started, but for some odd reason, I just can't put my thumb on what it is. But for the most part, I don't think it's really that big of a deal. Okay, we got that taken care. Oh, one of them wrapped Isaac in delusion, so that's not very cool. Okay, so Brigand 1. Okay, so all the Brigands have been destroyed, and looks like we had some good experience from these guys. And we gotta find another one, and I think this one is guarding Donpa in his little sleeping quarters or whatever. So let's go ahead and take care of this brigand right here. Make that quote from Sean Connery from Celebrity Jeopardy on SNL. Damn you and your daily doubles, you brigand! It's funny. Okay, that one's taken care of. But we're not going to deal... Well, actually, we might as well go ahead and see what it is. And we cannot wake up Master Donpa. He's been driven in despair because of his son's despicable behavior. It makes sense for one to be driven in despair, and one who would feel sad that his own flesh and blood would be the complete opposite of what Lunpa was supposed to be, or what Lunpa is supposed to be. And maybe if Dodonpa opened his eyes, then Lunpa will be a great place again. Well, it's not going to be a great place because of Dodonpa's harsh and radical behavior of what he is doing now. Oh, I better get back. Yeah, you want to make sure you don't get in the spotlight that much, so that way you don't try to get spotted. Okay, let's go ahead and use catch to grab that key, and then it'll be ours. Alright, we got the cell key. Yes, and I was right. Alright, let's go ahead and open these doors, and we have a little bit of leeway to where we can travel now, and we won't even have to worry about trying to find our way back. Because if we open that cell that's just right below us, then that should take us back inside of the front area of where the entrance and the exit to Lunpa's fortress is located. Okay. But, yeah, you know what? Let's just open it just for the sake of it. Okay, let's go ahead and head downstairs. Or is it this one? I think it was that. I kind of lose my train of thought when I'm trying to figure out which is the exact one. But it doesn't matter. I'm going to have to use reveal because this is another one of those things you have to try to look without using the naked eye to find things. And we did look through, we did have to end up using reveal, not the naked eye. Okay, so let's go ahead and take care of these vile dirt and rat warriors. So, yeah, most of them are just pretty common enemies you know, for the most, so you don't even have to worry about dealing with these guys too much. Even though they still have a lot of hit points than your normal enemies around the Veil and Vault area. Okay, we got Rat Warrior felled. And you know, there is one game for the Nintendo 3DS I've been meaning to check out, but I haven't had the time to pick it up. And it's on the eShop, and it's a game called Sakura Samurai. And I know Nintendo has put this out, but I just I just haven't even gotten around to making a purchase of it yet. I've heard some really good things about it, and I really do want to try it out at some point or the other. And, you know, I think it's pretty much a step up from that one Samurai property that Nintendo has created, which did make a comeback in the Wii version of Samurai Warriors 3. And I didn't even know that this certain Nintendo property existed. It's supposed to be about this samurai or something, and it's kind of in the same vein as, like, a hero trying to save the day, you know, like Mario or The Legend of Zelda, that kind of stuff. But I think that Sakura Samurai game that's on the eShop is kind of in a different vein, but, you know, something that's of inspiration from that IP that Nintendo created a long time ago. Okay, we got Power Bread here, and we can boost our maximum hit points, so we'll do that for Isaac. And you don't need to check out any of the rotted corpses that are inside the cells. But what you can do is you can actually open up that cell, and you can actually move a piece of wood down the drain, or down the slide. But we can't do anything yet until we suffocate these random enemies. Which we did. Okay, let's go ahead and push this. So, there's going to be some constant pushing to get this thing down from the ledge. Why it doesn't go any faster? Move faster, Pokey! Alright, so that is pushed down, so we can just walk on top of it, and we can get over here now. And if we use a whirlwind here, I think this area which we're about to arrive at is where Master Hammet is actually located. So let's use reveal right here, hit that switch, and go inside here. And indeed it is. This is where Master Hammet is imprisoned. Is it time to eat? Who are you? What do you mean, who are we? Hammet. Ivan, is that you? So, Ivan and a good friend of his are finally reunited. So yes, this man we saw at the beginning was taken here to Lunpa, but he would not be released based on their ransoms, because their ransoms are lies, especially Dodompa's ransoms. And yes, this man right here, that is Dodonpa. Sorry to interrupt your teary little reunion, Hammet. This must be your little rat, Ivan. You... Gosh, the guy sounds like a jerk. Oh, what? You don't even call us children. We're stronger than you think for a pathetic thug. What kind of scum takes ransom money and doesn't even free his hostage? And yeah, he has been using extortion against Lady Lyanna and the city of Calais. So, yeah, this guy doesn't even care about his prisoners. He just only wants money. And he is one dirty... Oh, name-calling won't help you? Well, that's exactly what you are, you dirty sack of crap. And he opened up that panel back there, and what is back there? Ah, looks like a big, huge toad. And indeed, it is a toad. This is the next boss in the game. It is known as Tadompa. It's a little weaker than Storm Lizard and the Tempest Lizard, so for the most part, we will not have trouble against this boss, but it is pretty weak towards fire-based attacks, even though it has some fire-based elemental power, but it's very weak against fire if you strike it with Garrett's Synergy or his Mars Gene. So yeah, this boss is pretty much normal like like all the others. But the kicker with this boss is that within every turn, Tadompa will actually restore 80 hit points. So that's something you're gonna have to be careful with, especially if you're at this low of a level. You want to make sure that Tadompa doesn't try to replenish a whole lot of hit points. So make sure you constantly keep attacking this enemy so that way you can actually do a number on it and it doesn't try to heal itself any longer. And if you can paralyze it, then that's even the better. And it's still asleep. And let's go ahead and use Vine. Shall we use Vine? Yeah, I mean, that's Vine with me. Okay, and evidently we cannot even get this guy to be paralyzed. But we did wrap him in Delusion, and we're going to lower his speed. And his agility has been dropped to 41. But the thing wakes from its slumber after we just attacked it with Mia's Mercury Genie. And it can't even attack at this point, so let's go ahead and use another ability on him, and then we'll have everybody use their level 4 Gene summons based on their own adept style. And yeah, as I said, there is a Mercury Genie here in Lumpa Fortress, but there is a special way that you need to get it, but we can't even get it right away. You shall see what it is once we do that in the next episode. But let's just focus on fighting against Tadompa and stopping Tadompa with his evil ways. And as you can tell, Tadompa is just nothing but child's play. I mean, you do a lot of damage onto him, and you prevent him from attacking a whole lot. He's pretty much mincemeat. And I think this will... Nope. I think Isaac's Judgment ability will be the curtain closing, or the curtain call to close off Tadompa's Judgment. Or Tadompa's Judgment. But yes, we have finally taken care of Tadompa, and Tadompa is down for the count. And how did Tadompa get trapped underneath that monster? And he tried to pull another dirty trick on us. And he tried to slay us when we were defeating his monster. Yeah, that dirty snake. And he is rotten to the core, so... No, oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, right. That thing looks awfully heavy for kids to pull. Well, I guess we should try to move it. And I think we should lock him up in here so that way he can learn what all he has done. I mean, people rotten to the core, they need to take time to cool off, and they need to learn what it is that they all have done wrong. Okay, now we're going to move this big, huge toad with all 4 of us, and we're going to try to get Tadompa off of Tadompa. Okay, so... everything has been taken care of. There we go. You should be able to get up now. And now he can't? Oh yeah, he broke his leg. That might be actually good. Oh no, he didn't even break his leg. Oh, what do you mean, thank goodness? Well, Garrett, you should know that you shouldn't always show hatred to everybody. Can we just forgive and forget? But that man... that man definitely did kidnap you, so I guess we need to get him to be punished in some way or the other. He already said he won't do anything. Yeah, that's not enough to convince him. He wants us to forgive it. Yeah, we probably should lock him up in here. Yeah, take my advice. Just lock up that snake and make sure he doesn't even try to get out. And yet you have no problem being that cruel to Hammet. What a dirty son of a... Serves the little punk right. And so we have Donpa coming out, and now he is fully healed after knowing that his son has lost to us warriors. And so he can finally put his son in his place for all the wrongdoings and misdeeds he has caused. I feel so trouble for spoiling you. Now look at all the... No, I feel bad for spoiling you. Now look at all the trouble you have caused. Oh yeah, he is serious. Because you definitely did not follow Lunpa's traditions. Oh no, he didn't even cause any trouble at all to Master Hammet. Then you forgive me? Of course, we actually forgive you, Donpa, but not your son. Because you are still the foundation of what holds Lunpa together, because you are following your father's wishes. And we will get to meet your father in the next game, so you should be happy. But not us, but the other team we're going to be playing as. Some of Dodompa's henchmen are still very loyal, so yeah, it's very hard for loyalists to try to break away their spirits from being that faithful and that being very faithful to those who tried to help them out in the first place, especially with Dodonpa with his evil ways. So yeah, Dodompa's henchmen are still very loyal to him to a fault. So it'll take time before all of Dodompa's henchmen realize what they've been doing is wrong, and they can try to fall back in the ways of what Lunpa was trying to do with the town and foundation of it being a noble town and not one that is obstructed with evil. So they're eventually going to find Dodonpa here, but there's going to be a mass confusion. And with this would be our chance to escape, since they are in a state of emergency at this point. Yeah, hard to speak in this episode today, gamers. I mean, I've had a long week. I mean, I'm starting this new job that's coming up possibly on Sunday or so. But it doesn't mean that this will be the last of the Let's Plays that I'm doing. It's just that I'm going to be busy with my new job, and it's kind of hard to determine where things are going to go from here. So I do apologize if the episode was not my best, but it's like this sometimes. But anyway, I think this will probably be a good spot to where we can go ahead and we can close things off. So next time on RRPG Let's Play with Golden Sun on the Game Boy Advance, we're going to finish up where we left off with the whole side quest of saving Master Hammet from Lunpa, or from Dodonpa's evil clutches. And we're going to go back to pick up the Mercury Genie that's left in Lunpa's fortress. And then we're going to go to Calais to visit with Lady Lyanna. And then we are going to go to the Crossbone Isle from the Suhala Desert. So that way we can get started with that side quest finally. Alright gamers, take care of yourselves, and I shall see you on the next episode. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys then.